So, I guess I'll take you down this other trail before the sun goes down, before it storms. Hopefully it's not too shaky. Put it on 60 frames per second. But yeah, things have been weird lately. Had an old friend from a long time ago basically try to manipulate me into getting him to move in here, and then threatened to kill himself, basically causing some mega drama and a bunch of issues with the family. Yeah, I didn't realize this was so overgrown. I need to do some maintenance. But yeah, that and this strange occurrence of my so-called ex-wife, I guess, because we were technically never divorced, even though she's been gone for over 5 years, and we're legally separated. That's pretty much it. But basically, she went to go move out, and I'll let y'all see this little ravine. It's kind of cool. It's like a washout. It's a cool place to make a fire, kind of protected from the elements. But yeah, so she basically decided to move out and go on her own. You know, strong, independent womans. And found out that doing everything on your own is kind of hard. It's pretty much what every man has to go through every day of his life. So basically, when women realize that being a man's not as fun as they think it is, then they want to revert back to femininity and be like, yeah, so what's up? I hadn't seen you in a long time. So that makes you suspicious. When you see a friend who hasn't contacted you or talked to you in years, and all of a sudden they're like your best buddy. Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Next thing you know, they're putting demands on you. And then making threats, you know, to try to make those demands forceful. To get their way no matter what. I mean, a part of me wants to think, oh, okay, so she saw the light of day, or she found out that shit's kind of hard. Maybe this feminism shit isn't working out. But you know, like, there's a part of me that wants to say, fine, fuck it. You know, you made your bed, lay in it. How's that shit smell? Amber Heard, you know what I'm saying? Boy. But yeah, you made your bed, lay in it. But there's another part of me that says, hey, this is your son. This is your son's future. In the balance here, do I really want to just say piss off to an opportunity to be my son's father versus, you know, letting Chad, Tyrone, Habib, whoever well, they wouldn't be doing it. I guess it would be Bob or Dave. Letting Bob or Dave be the dad that stepped up. He's not the dad, but he's the dad that stepped up. Yeah, that's the last thing you ever want to deal with, is have a Bob or a Dave step up to be the replacement you, and have your son go back and forth and have to hear all that bullshit. Like, well, Dave's so nice, he did this for us. Well, Bob did all this stuff for us. And you don't do nothing. You're a deadbeat. Mommy says you're a criminal, you're a deadbeat. Yeah, so if you're not Chad or Tyrone, then you're Bob or Dave. And I don't want to be either one of them. I want to be the Delta Dan. I want to be me. And I want my son to grow up with me. I want to teach my son what's right and wrong. I want to teach my son how women really are. I want to teach him so he doesn't fall into the same trap that a huge majority of us fell into years ago. I mean, how did we get in our current situation? I mean, face it, dudes, a lot of us were suckered into this. We were brainwashed into this system. And that's part of the red pill rage. Is that you got fucked over by the system. It's not fair. But it's not fair that the next generation has to do the same thing, because we're left out of it. So if there's any chance that I could make a difference for the next generation, that I could influence my son in any way. I mean, I look at it this way. My son's in love with me. He can't stand her parents. He can barely stand her. And he woke up crying the other morning. I mean, he's 6. He's 6 years old. He can still cry legally. Right? I don't know when the cutoff date is. I would say about 13. Maybe 11 to 13. What do you guys think? That might be the cutoff date. This is a good ride right here. Good little hill climb. There are gullies here. Squirrel. But yeah. So he woke up crying the other morning and was like, I want my daddy. I want to live with my daddy. And I'll be honest, dudes. This thought process hadn't even crossed my mind. Yeah, I've been in the dumps for a long time, for years. I've been in serious depression. So, I really had no thoughts of this being a possibility. So, this is the branch off. It goes up to the kudzu field, and we'll do it sometime. I don't feel like doing it today, because it's thick. It's thick up there. We'll try to do a loop back to the house. And at some point, if you've seen my other walk and talk videos, you'll see where this comes out. We're doing a complete loop here. You know what I'm saying, dudes? Like, I basically was like Dante's Inferno here. I had the kind of the mindset like, abandon hope, all ye who enter. Like, I've already screwed the pooch on this. Pretty much, like, kind of lost hope, lost faith in it. Next thing I know, my son's like, hey, I want to live with you. I want to stay with you. And I've had to get my ass in gear and like try to change some shit and do some positive things, you know, if that's gonna be the case. But you know, I think false hope is worse than blind hope. Like having hope in something that's probably not gonna happen. But I'm a cynical bastard. So I don't know what to tell you guys. But I've decided I want to make a change in my life for me. So if my son does want to live with me, I can have something for him, you know? Have something there other than just a shell of a person, PTSD, alcoholic, you know, with no hope. Just a complete bummer, you know? Nobody wants that. I'm gonna stop here for a second. I don't know if you can see it. It's not really showing up. But these fireflies just came out. Maybe we'll catch some of it. It's beautiful in the country. However, the pestilence is real. If you don't like getting attacked by bugs, pretty much 10 to 12 hours a day, then pretty much just go to like city parks, you know? Actually living in the country is a different story. But yeah, dudes, not to get off topic, but I'm debating what the next step is, because I kind of feel like she realized that the market's bad to jump ship, and realized that kind of last second, and was like, hey, you know, that thing I had my hopes on, you know, that next thing I was gonna jump to, that monkey, you know, that branch I was gonna jump to snapped before I grabbed onto it. So she just hung on. And that happens. That happens, dudes. But now's the choice. Is it time to saw that branch off and let it fall, knowing that my son's on it? Or is it time to reach a hand out to have a chance to save my son? I mean, if I could, I would just grab my son and let the rest of the shit fall. But at the same time, I know what it's like growing up in a broken home. I know what it's like to see mother and father not there, or to have to go visit your father or have to go visit your mother, and watch cousins and watch my best friends go through it. That is a horrible thing for kids. Teenagers, it's still bad. They don't let it sink in as much. I don't know. It's dilemmas. What do you guys think of the nature walk? Like, coming back to the house here, and if you've seen my other ones, you'll know this is where the trail began. So I'm ending it here. And I don't know if you guys are enthusiasts about trees. This is a massive dogwood. It's still alive, despite all of the horrible damage from disease and rot from the inside out. You guys think about that. Think about that analogy. Something that's still alive, despite the insides already rotting out of it. Despite all of the tragedy it's been through, it still puts out new shoots in desperation to begin anew.